Hello and welcome back to another episode of Long War of the Chosen Mod Jam Plus Edition. Last episode we did a supply raid that showed up. We got a good timer, we boosted it, and we did take a wound. But today we're going to be diving back into some further missions. I believe we do have a few teams queued up currently. One thing that we need to do and remember to do once this guy is healed, because if we do this now, he'll heal up, and that's really not fair, is we are going to need to respec our agents. There has been an update that changes a couple of their abilities, removing Heist Artist and increasing their hack growth over time instead. So we'll just have to be wary of that. There was also an update to the Scrapper, which we'll worry about later because I don't believe I grabbed it today. But they are getting a couple new abilities to increase their value throughout a campaign. If we take a look at our geoscape, we are at strength 2 in Eastern US, we're at strength 1 in New Brazil. We have killed off 1 strength of the 1 UFO that has landed, and we are at April 6th. We do have vigilance spiking up at vigilance 6 here and vigilance 4, but that is okay. Our goal right now is to keep running missions and to hopefully not take retaliation until after April 15th. And ideally, we'd love to get New Brazil done for Liberation Chain. It does not look like either of these missions we have queued are Liberation. That's to counter a dark event. That's a good thing to counter. There's our Liberation 1 3-day timer, so we're going to have to let that cycle, and I'm going to be a little bit delayed on that. Our Extract the VIP up here for an Engineer is also queued up. So let's just scan a little bit. Do finish Hybrid Materials, which is super useful. As that now is going to give us access to Nanoscale. This is going to be very, very important to help counter Custodians at these early force levels. Not Custodians, Pathfinders. Wow, too much of the stream campaign leaking over. If we take a look at our research that we have done, we have gone into hybrid materials, 1 basic research, resistance comms, and modular weapons. So we are looking to get into mag weapons if possible. To get into mag weapons, we are going to need the trooper autopsy, we're going to need the officer autopsy, we are going to be skipping laser, as I find you can get quite a bit of value from the proving ground if we do get that up early enough. Our GTS does come out in 1 day. We'll be able to use that to help fix our roster. And look at that. So 2 things that are really, really important about the GTS, even more so than the ability to train soldiers, are going to be this tactic here called Wet Work. 100% increased experience from kills. Kills go from 1 experience to 2 experience. And Vulture. Vulture is how we're going to be able to fund our campaign to start with. This is going to, in theory, double our loot, and it pays for itself very, very quickly. We don't have the supplies for that just yet, though, for either of those, so we're going to keep our Engineer working on clearing. If we take a look at the 2 rookies we have back home, though, and maybe some of our classes, wish this worked a little bit better. We only have 1 specialist. Specialists are something that I find very important to have in a campaign. Mod Jam provides a lot of debuffs, different ways of slowing you down through poison and fire, as well as more opportunities for panic and disorient. So having a specialist with revival protocol is very, very important. We do have the 3 agents here as well. We do have a bunch of rookies that we're going to hopefully get some promotions with. And so I think with these 2, we're going to go with Drama Queen being a specialist. And let's be honest, Kelset has 75 aim. He's becoming a survivalist. Survivalists are one of my favorite sharpshooter type classes. And always a joy to have on the team. All right. Let's go see what mission we're going to get first. The first mission we are going to be doing out of the 3 queued up is going to be our Counter the Dark event. 7 to 9, 28 intel, counters a hidden dark event. Something in the air. Maybe it's something in the air, but whatever it is, it's causing soldiers to trigger combat rush whenever they crit. Beware this works for Advent 2. When we get a crit, nearby allies get combat rush, increasing their aim and crit chance. We do have quite the roster here. We have a Hoplite, a Hunter, an Agent, Assault, a Warden, and 2 rookies that we're looking to fish for Storm Riders and Warden classes. Now we are at force level 3. So something to be very wary of is Pathfinders. And if we look at our squad here, it does look like the hunter, the agent, the assault, and the warden all would be able to hopefully dispatch pathfinders relatively easily. So let's load this up and dive right into it. Don't worry, guys. I use that opportunity to get a little bit of water. My voice fresh, throat wet, and be ready for this mission. These load times are taking a bit longer now because we do have so many cosmetics and voice packs added in. And all of those take a little bit of a toll, with Mod Jam itself also being a massive addition to Long War of the Chosen. Oh, it jebaited us. Made a little bit of a sound like it was ready to go, and here we go. Operation Diamond Walk. Recover an item from an advent vehicle.
Menace 1-5. We've got a bead on the advent data vault near your position. Be advised, self-detonating charges are in place at the target. Move to disarm and extract the package before its contents are destroyed.
The one tricky thing to remember about this map type is you do have to open the door before you can hack the objective. This does slow you down and require at least one action point to do to get up next to the door. And so when I have a van situation like this, I tend to be quite aggressive on my first early moves. We do only have 8 turns to get through this entire mission, to hack it, I should say, before we really need to get out. We got a brief glimpse of a sectoid in that building. We're going to hopefully use that to our advantage.
On target location.
Of staying in concealment for this first turn while moving up and getting aggressive on the next turn. That sectoid is on green alert, so he should not be peeking around the corner. So should not have vision on any of us just yet. If the sectoid were to switch alert and go into yellow alert, they would then begin peeking around whatever building corners they're next to. And they may get a vision of us by doing so. But at the moment,
Walking,
not the case.
Maybe running, although hopefully not running because I'll be in brand new shoes.
Covering.
Two Celatid grubs accompany the sectoid, unsurprising. And we are potentially going to get aggressive this turn on top of that. None of these guys are armored, so AP grenades would have quite a bit of value here. In fact, Kickboxer might just be the one throwing the AP grenade and starting this off. Ideally, these guys would run towards us if this is the case. And I'm going to get aggressive, as we do have to get on top of this van. I'd rather start the kills now.
They spotted us.
While not getting a kill, that did do quite a bit of damage. Hard to argue with that much value. The sectoid and the Celatid grub running backwards are not ideal, and we do see a drone and Celatid over here as well. Who would get a 73 there? The sectoid being out of our line of sight does mean that he is going to have to aggress himself to get value, as he cannot raise corpses of Celatids. He does need humanoid corpses to do his zombie ability.
Check it before you get too close.
We are going to move people into some form of cover
Here I come.
before we begin working on the Celatid. And we'll see about Karuka hitting a 73, getting this kill.
Oh, you're too kind.
Nice and clean, girl. Nice and clean.
Next.
Alright, we do know the sectoid is over here. We do not have vision of the sectoid. We are going to keep it that way. If we were to go into this tile, we might be peeking around and seeing him. But this way we can keep Flagship back out of line of sight, Codex back out of line of sight, Greggy back, and Dreamy.
They're starting to lose ground.
They are falling back, which does mean they are going to activate another pod. And we need to start getting over here with someone who can hack, ideally Flagship. I think to start though, we're going to move Beefy up, see if we can't get vision on anything over here.
that admin here.
We will trigger a sentry, surveillance drone, and grub. So far, no Pathfinder. Flagship is just going to have to double move this turn, it looks like. Beefy will be able to cleanly kill the surveillance drone.
It's dead. It has heavier than it looks.
I don't know how we get this loot. I don't know if we can get that loot.
Come on, let's go, move.
52 with a shotgun is not really that good. I think I would rather
On my way.
get a frag grenade on this Solitude to begin weakening
Here,
him up for next turn, while keeping ourselves in a full cover position. I am gonna move Kickboxer here and see if this will grab the loot, but I have a feeling it will not. Yeah. We will take this opportunity though to also throw evac, even though evac being back this far when the vehicle up there seems counterproductive. So on second thought, I'm not going to do that. Nowhere we put Karuka is giving us line of sight on the scrub, so I'm going to use this opportunity to double move her up. I'm going to use this opportunity to double move Flagship. I think we'll throw a flashbang, reducing the Solitude Grub's ability to hit with his acid spit. Let's also double move Greggy.
Roger that.
We'll overwatch with Kickboxer, which will give us a point of guard, so if someone does shoot at him, we can downgrade that attack. And we found the sectoid. Quite out of position. I thought they would have moved further back.
Taking fire over here.
The Hoplite doing what the Hoplite does best of absorbing shots and not taking damage is great. We do have lightning reflexes here as well, and there should be one more pod on the map. But we're gonna move Beefy up first. Trigger that that Overwatch with the lightning reflexes, not taking damage at all. Then decide how we want to start moving around here. Since sectoids do have a melee vulnerability, moving our Hoplite to kill the sectoid will also free Karuka up. Unless we don't get the kill. But it will do increased damage. Now, I could also use Codex to go get this kill. Codex is going to gain a movement action after, seeing as he is a warden. And this will switch him into defensive stance.
Gross. I had to pay for this too. Damn it.
Karuka is no longer panicked, which is fantastic for us. And that we can move her into a position, take a snapshot shot onto the Solitude Grub. A miss. It happens.
Seriously?
Let's move already.
Now, I don't have any information on the final pod just yet. But I do have a 69 with Greggy, and we take those because it is nice.
We're looking for. You
And we
want
do get the
some
kill.
more?
I'm going.
Now, with just a sentry left at 5 HP, I am a little concerned about how we finish him off this turn.
Stepping off.
So we're going to get Flagship up on the roof. We are going to run and gun preemptively with Beefy to get behind full cover as a precaution. I don't want to go flank him as I could trigger another pod. And with the limited action economy we have for the rest of the turn, we are instead going to use this
Grenade.
to see if we can roll a 5 with an AP grenade. A 3 is not a 5. Shame, shame, shame. But we're going to move
Okay,
Codex
that
up into a
doesn't
full
sound
cover
right.
position. And we will Overwatch Dreamy to keep the full cover. If he does try to move through the window, we should get a decent shot.
We're pushing him back.
But him falling back is good for us and gives us the Overwatch as well.
Come on, focus.
A miss, it was through full cover, so not surprising. And sadly, that loot expired. Now we have 4 turns, 1 more pod that just ran back. Some loot on the ground here that I badly do want. and a agent that is relatively far back as well that probably needs to be respec'd because of the recent updates. So let's use this opportunity to
Of course.
get some of our people a bit closer and to get evac down because we kind of forgot about it since our early discussion of it.
This is Firebrand. Evac request.
Seeing as we are not actually triggering the next pod just yet, I'm a little bit more confident in how I'm moving around. They clearly are in a bit of the fog of war back there. 41 is not a great shot. 23 is not a great shot. This guy is running back. So I think
Let's go, move.
we're going to risk the yellow alert by keeping as many on Overwatch as possible. Nailed it. That does tell us where the last pod is as well. We are going to need to get flagship moving very, very quickly here. So I would like to find out if this pod is over here or where they are.
Seems doable.
I would love to get flagship up behind this vehicle this turn. Might have to use Beefy to scout that. He finds nothing. So let's move Kickboxer up. Kickboxer's going to offer half cover to flagship.
Copy that.
Codex is going to get closer.
Follow my lead.
Yellow alert's kind of the scary thing here now. There's a very high chance this pod coming here is going to shoot at us and do a little bit of damage.
I'm on it.
Nothing fast.
They did not come down and trigger, which will give flagship an opportunity to get into the back of the vehicle and hack the objective this turn.
We've got eyes on the objective. Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. We have positive confirmation of the target package. Move to acquire.
Oh, I thought that was within a blue move. Clearly it was not.
Ready to rock.
That is a-okay though. We'll be able to hack it next turn, no problem. We're gonna spend this turn
Ready.
reloading a little bit of ammunition for everyone, maintaining position,
Great.
Roger. Holding.
and getting ready for the incoming pod. We do find an advent sniper and an advent trooper. Not a very difficult pod, especially when we were prepping to fight Pathfinders. A sniper does have squad sight, and if left alone certainly can be an issue.
Got me flanked.
But with how far back they are, we'll have to see. Currently right now our agent does have a quite a bit higher hack than they might normally have with the new update. We will make sure they respect flagship before we send them out on another mission.
Piece of cake. I hear it, sure. Menace 1-5, status confirmed. The charges are inactive and the package is secure.
Now I don't have a good way of getting on top of this sniper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up everyone
Sure thing.
into a full cover position if possible. Breaking line of sight
Well, if you say so.
Scanning.
and force them to come into me.
Right.
Overwatch. Got it covered.
Okay, sure.
We did leave flagship in the van because he only has one action left. Long watch from the sniper does make this a little difficult, but we do have lightning reflexes for this very reason.
This is completely unacceptable.
RNF coming in will help out as well. So we are going to try to bait this as best as possible. It's not really a good way to do this, though. When I say RNF coming in will help us as well, it really means just we're going to get kill experience off RNF. I don't think I'm actually going to
I'm trusting you here.
fight these guys, mostly because I just cannot get a good position on them.
Moving out.
This is 0%.
Come get some.
Got it covered.
Not
They
a
put
problem.
Beefy in a bit of a position here where I do need to have Kickboxer in half cover
Overwatch.
to provide cover there.
I'm already here.
It's just sometimes it can be very hard to get on top of those guys. I should have been aggressive the previous turn, so now I'm playing a little bit more passive in hopes that they're going to miss and we provide enough cover for our units.
This is a bad idea. Missed the target.
Pretty bad Overwatch when nothing hits.
Shit.
Come on!
Let's see if this was the right call. Long watch again. Might actually have decent vision onto something there.
Oh shit!
This is Firebrand. It's time to go.
In order to make sure I can successfully bait this Overwatch, we are going to use Beefy to run it before returning to the evac zone. Now I would like at least 2 of these kills if possible. But it does not appear that, like, if I went here, I don't think I'm going to have the mobility to get back. So instead we're going to move like Greggy into the evac zone, saving 1 AP, similar to Dreamy.
Sure thing.
On my way.
All right.
On your order.
I mean, we'll just get everyone into evac
Come
and
on,
then
let's
see
go,
about
move.
getting some additional kills here, right?
Throw grenade.
Greggy should be able to hit that unit there. Good kill. Dreamy cannot get the frag grenade there. Do have an AP grenade though. That's not going to get where I need it to go. All right, so we missed out on 1 kill experience, maybe a little bit of loot on that sniper trooper combo. But all in all, a very successful mission, and we get a few promotions for our rookies.
All XCOM operatives are secure. Firebrand is returning to base.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
As we head back to the Avenger, we should have a few promotions, hopefully.
In the shadows.
Keep our roster healthy.
Destroy all we have built. To return us to the chaos of the old world. Only together can we oppose them. United in the elders.
These loading times, though, guys. These loading times right now.
No matter the cost.
They are certainly getting long. Part of this might be save bloat as well, so I'll see if I can clean some of this up before the next episode. Do get the Warden promotion. If we took a look at our Warden, having heat ammo, this is a very, very strong perk. 50% increased damage against robotic units, especially when you can shoot twice in a turn, is a very, very good. Hunter's Instinct can be very solid as well. Full kit and Slice and Dice. Slice and Dice giving you additional mobility and actions, potentially. I do think we are going to want to take Parting Strike here. This is going to allow our sword attacks to have increased hit chance, doing more damage, and shred armor, which can be very, very useful. Our Hunter, we are looking at doing a sword build here, since we do have things like Cutthroat and Concentration. Dead Cutter is kind of a garbage perk. Slash an undead foe within movement range of the attack that's lethal. Its AP cost will be refunded. You can mow down a lot of loss with this, so it's not like bad to have, but it doesn't really add a whole lot. Since we are going to be working on kind of a melee build, especially when we have 15 mobility, I'm actually going to take Tracking here. Tracking allows us to scout a bit more reliably and to really find good engagements. When we look at the Sergeant perk, Executioner would also be good to have with a melee build, but I actually think I want to pick up Lead the Target here, as we can use this as a pulling mechanic. Lead the Target is very, very strong in that regard. So for now, we're going to be taking Tracking to help scout. Our Assault has nothing too fancy, to be fair. Phantom is an interesting choice, especially if we want to try to get like Trench Gun or Street Sweeper value eventually down the line. I do think I'm going to start with Trench Gun, though. Having an early way to clear pods is very good, and we can look at bringing them on Liberation 4 to help clear pods there as well. Elite Hair Trigger is not bad to have. Advanced Stock is always good with Sharpshooters coming into play. And we have 2 rookies that we get to promote. The first up is going to be Dreamy. Dreamy is offered the option of the Juggernaut, the Heavy, and the Ranger. Now I'm going to take a look at my roster real quick. We do have 1 Heavy. We do not have a Juggernaut just yet. And we do not have any Ranger. We have an Infantry, but no Rangers. Let's see. Dreamy does only have 59 aim, so that is certainly going to influence my decision here. The Juggernaut and the Heavy both need aim for their weapons to really have more value. So in that regard, I'm going to take another Heavy, as we have less reliance with aim if we focus on the rockets, which we will. We also have things like Fearsome here, which can work very well with Biggest Booms, and Rocketeer to gain additional uses of our heavy weapons. Our next rookie is Gamer Greggy, looking at Survivalist, Agent, and Warden. Now, we already have 3 agents. His aim is low for a Survivalist, 61, and Wardens can only be obtained by upgrading and promoting rookies, which is why we only have 2 Wardens so far. We don't have a Storm Rider yet, which hopefully we might be able to find. Well, let's grab a 3rd Warden. Very solid class, guaranteed to be gifted, so getting Psy out early may become more viable in this campaign. That was a very nice, successful mission, though. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, take care.